In this video, we are going to explore ReviewFish, our exclusive review generation and management tool. I think you are absolutely going to love it and everything it can do to build your reputation online. To access the tool, you are just simply going to go to reviewfish.org and click Login up at the top right-hand side. You're going to type in your email address and password and click Sign In. If for some reason you forget your password, just click Forgot Your Password and you can reset your password by typing in your email address. All right, let's go ahead and get logged in and then we'll take it from here. All right, so now you are logged in to ReviewFish, and at this point our tech experts should have already configured your site to the standard configuration, but if you'd like to make any changes to the way this tool works for you, I'm going to show you how to do that in this video here. Also, if you happen to manage multiple brands, you can change them by clicking this menu up at the top and you'd be able to rotate between them. Although if you just have a single location, single business, then you won't have to worry about that at all. So the first thing that you're going to see is here on the right hand side, which is a preview of your review funnel. I'm going to actually I'm going to expand that out by clicking this button here. This is a direct link to the review funnel. Now you can just send out this review funnel in an email, a text message, whatever you like. You're welcome to do that, and it works just fine. But I'm going to show you some other ways that you can send this out as well that make things a little bit easier. But what you're going to see here, of course, is your brand, your logo, and then you're going to see an option to provide feedback. So this is what you want. You want feedback from your clients. Now, most of the time, of course, you're going to get good feedback from your clients, but every now and then someone might not have the most amazing experience. They might say they had a bad experience. And I want to show you what happens if they click that button. So if someone says they had a bad experience, you want to know who it is that had a bad experience, what happened, so that you can try to make it better, right? So this provides a feedback form where they can put in their name, phone number, email address, type of message, confirm that they're a real person, and then send that message. And that message comes straight to you or to whatever email address you specified when you signed up. And you can change that, by the way. So this feedback comes to you and then it stops there. It gives you a chance to address that feedback right away, try to turn that situation around. And by the way, I would advise that you do your best to resolve the situation as soon as possible. The faster you respond, the more likely you are going to be to turn that into a positive experience. But I just want to assure you none of this feedback is left on any review sources. It is just collected internally. However, we are required to be able to comply with Google regulations. We're required to put this little note down here at the bottom. If you do not wish to address your concerns here and prefer to post a review, click here. And this will take them directly out to leave a review. So we have to leave that note in here, but I can tell you that 99% of the time, people just ignore this message and they just fill out the feedback. So this is a great way for you to get the feedback and to make things better, but not to have to worry about getting a bunch of negative reviews. All right, so next thing we're going to do is look at what happens if they click the thumbs up. So let's say they had a good experience. What happens is we say thank you and we need your help. Would you please share your experience? And then we give them options. And we connect with dozens and dozens of review sites, but in this case we've connected Google and Facebook. So let's just say we click Google as the option. What's going to happen is it's going to take the person right out to the Google listing. It will pop up and give them a chance to enter feedback, and they can say 5 stars, good quality, professional, great experience, whatever, and then they can post that along with any pictures they would like to include. And this works on both the desktop and mobile experience. It works great. So just kind of in summary here, the positive feedback gets directly moved out to the review platform of your choice, whether that be Google, Facebook, or something else, whereas the negative feedback all stays internal. So that is the review funnel there. Now you can change this review funnel, as I mentioned before, by editing the information in these 3 tabs, the links, content, and setup. So for the links, we have already pre-populated this with a few options, and you can turn them on or off by just simply checking the boxes. So if I wanted to add, yellow pages and city search here, I could check those 2 green boxes, and then when I click thumbs up, I can see them added to the list. I can also, if I want to, rearrange them. So if I'd rather feature Facebook instead of Google, I can do that. You can see now Facebook is highlighted up here at the top. And if you want to remove one, of course, you can uncheck the box. So let's say I only want Google, I could uncheck Facebook. And now you can see Google is the only option. So lots of configuration options here. If there are additional listings I would like to include, I can click Add Listing, and you can see there are literally dozens of options. And even if you don't see one that you want, you can request that we add it, or you can use the custom link option to create your own destination. So that's how you update your review listings. You can also change where your email notifications go. So right now I have them going on this funnel to info@BigFishLocal. You can add multiple email addresses. You can have 2 or 3 if you want, or you can just have the one. So that's up to you. Or you can have none at all just by simply deleting that out. Another option you can choose is to include social media links inside the funnel. I have turned that on, but I haven't enabled any social media links. If I post in like my Facebook page or Twitter, I can actually like the page on Facebook or interact with Twitter. This is kind of a neat option, but honestly what I personally like to do is to leave that turned off so that I keep them really focused on leaving the review and they don't wander off into Facebook land. That's just my personal preference. All right, you can also go over here to content and change the language. So instead of saying, please take a moment to review your experience with us, maybe you'd like it to say, we need your help. Please let us know how we did, or something like that. So you can change that here. You can change everything about it. Whether it says I had a good experience, I had a bad experience, you can change that. You can change the feedback window that pops up. You can change everything. You can even add an offer. So for example, I can add this little like coupon down here at the bottom. Thanks for visiting. Please enjoy the following. And I can put in a little coupon or something. Now what you can't do to comply with Google regulations is you can't offer a reward only to the people who leave positive feedback. You have to offer it to everybody. So that's why it says, no review necessary. And then you can even add an attachment, which would be, a coupon or something they can download. Another thing you can do, and I have done this before with great effect, is turning on the review stream. And what this does is it shows what kind of reviews everyone else is leaving. And the reason this can work really well is if they see that you have a 5-star review on average, they might be more inclined to leave you a 5-star review. So it's like, oh, everyone else is leaving 5 stars, I guess I will too. So you can turn that on or off. And then in the setup tab here, there are some additional options. You can have the logo included or not. You can change your brand colors, which change this little bar at the top. Thumbs up, thumbs down is my favorite option here, but you can also change this to be smiley faces, or it can be stars. You have lots of different options. So I'm going to switch this back to thumbs up, thumbs down. The reason I go with the thumbs up, thumbs down is if somebody gives you a thumbs up, then they've already committed to positive feedback. So then they're much more likely to give you 5 stars if they continue on to Google. Whereas if you do the happy, sad, and kind of medium face, if they give you that straight face that's kind of in the middle, then I feel like they're more likely to give you 3 stars. Whereas, again, the thumbs up, thumbs down, I think it polarizes people a little more. So they're going to either give you 5 stars or they're going to just get redirected to leave you internal feedback. And there's some other options you can add here for our more advanced users, but most people don't use all of these extra options here. It should work perfectly right out of the box, but I did want to show you how to customize it. All right, the next thing we're going to look at are the other tabs here on the left. So we've seen everything about the funnel. Let's take a look at the My Reviews tab next. So the My Reviews tab is a place where you can go that is going to show you all of your reviews that are coming in. So any review source that you're monitoring here in the funnel, if it shows up in the review site listings, it's going to be pulling all of these together and bringing them under this My Reviews tab. And once it pulls them in here, you can read the review, you can respond to the review, you can share the review out on Facebook and Twitter. In order to respond or share, there is an extra step that you have to take though. So I'm going to show you that in a moment, which is right over here in the settings. So if you go over here to settings and you connect Facebook and Twitter under social media, this will allow you to share your reviews out to Facebook and Twitter, and it shares the review plus a nice little image of the review. Kind of looks like this. So that's what you do over here on social media, and you can also set it to automatically share reviews on social media, so you don't even have to choose. And if you do set this to automatically share, by the way, it's only going to automatically share positive reviews, so you don't have to worry about negative reviews getting automatically shared. You can also visit, this is a review stream. I know it's a lot of code here. Your web developer might be able to use that to embed your reviews on your website. But for the less technologically inclined, we've made it super easy. I'm going to show you how to share all these reviews on your site in a much, much easier way. So you just click Review Stream right here, and then you can choose how you want your review stream to show up on your site. So do you want 5 reviews, 10, 20, how many you want to show up? Let's just say 10. And I'm going to turn on the Show Aggregate. I'm going to update the code, and now we have this beautiful website widget we can install on the site. So the aggregate, if you have that checked, it's going to include this little badge at the top where it tells you how many total reviews you have, and then down below it will display all of the individual reviews. Another option is you can display it as a carousel. This is kind of a fun way to display your reviews. And this is a rotating review carousel, so they'll rotate in and out. There it is without the aggregate turned on. And then the other thing that you can do once you have all this set up is to just grab this review stream embed code, which is right here, and paste that into the header or footer of your site. And then these reviews, well, actually this code you want to drop wherever you want it to show up on the site. This floating carousel, which you can just barely make out down here at the bottom, you'll see this if you visit this page in your site. This is a really cool option too, and this actually makes the reviews pop up at the bottom of your site. And if you want to use the floating carousel, you're going to want to paste this into the header or footer of the site. So this embed code goes wherever you want to show the reviews on the site specifically, and the floating carousel, that's what goes in the header or the footer. Okay, and then last but not least, I wanted to show you that you can also choose to add a review manually. So if somebody were to, send you an email with some positive feedback and you wanted to pull that review in and share it on social media or on your website, you can click Add Review Manually. Direct review is one that you collected, or if for some reason there was a review left on another review source and it didn't get pulled in, you can choose that source. Leave the number of stars, write the content, put the person's name who left the review and when they left it, and then you can submit that and it will show up in the feed. So I just want to be clear that adding a review manually will not force the review out onto Google. It won't count as an official review on those other platforms, but you can share it to your social media just like you can every other review, or have it displayed on your site. All right, let's keep on rolling. So I also have reporting built into the tool here. If you would like to kind of monitor how your reputation is going online, this is a great place to do that. Our reporting right now is in beta mode, which means we're still doing some testing, but it's coming along really well, and I'm really happy with the reporting capabilities. You can see your total number of your reviews, your average rating. You can search through a specific dates if you like. You can see whether your reviews are going up or down. And you can see this little word cloud down here. What are some words that are most seen in your positive reviews? What are some negative reviews? What does that look like? So this is a kind of a neat tool to see all of that. All right, the widget tool is next. Let's say you want to take your review funnel and actually drop it into your website. You can do that right here by clicking on widgets and then grabbing this landing page widget, dropping that into the middle of your site. Your web developer can help you with that, or we can as well. You can also grab the code to drop these email signatures, these review buttons into your email signature. You can copy and paste this QR code, save it onto your computer, print it out, put it in your window, put it on your business cards. People can scan that with their phones to take them to the review funnel to leave a review. Or you can even download this review button. So lots of options here on widgets. Hope you find those helpful. All right, next we have our links section, and this one is very important as well. Under the links section here, you can see all of the places where we're tracking reviews, and you also have the opportunity to connect directly to that review platform. And if you do this, this is what allows you to reply to the reviews. So if you haven't taken the time to connect here to your Google My Business page or your Facebook page, or what have you, you're not going to be able to reply from within the platform. You'll have to leave the platform to go reply to those reviews. So I do recommend that you do this. All right, and then nearly last but not least is our review requests. So this is a great place to keep in mind, because you can use this to request reviews from your adoring fans. So you can click Add Recipient here, and you can send out a review request by email or by text message or by both. Put in their contact information, click Add Recipient, and usually within about 30 seconds they're going to receive a review request and right there on their phone, which makes it very, very likely that they'll proceed and leave you some feedback. So I highly recommend that you use this feature. This will also track all of the reviews that you've sent out, whether they're active, complete, whether they're still in the middle of filling these out. So you can explore this. You can also edit your email template. So if you want it to say something different, you can. We have pre-programmed this with some messages, actually 3 separate messages, one that they get right away. If they leave a review, they stop getting messages, but if they don't leave a review, they get a follow-up within 3 days and then another follow-up within 7 days. You can add more steps to that funnel if you like, but we found the 3-step funnel works pretty well. If they haven't left your review by the 3rd reminder, they're probably not going to. But if you want to customize this feedback form at all, you can. And then you can also do the same thing with text messages. So typically we only send out 1 text message request, but you can also add steps in here if you want to. It's totally up to you. But by default, we have just the 1. And we find that that's works really, really well. And then the next thing we're going to look at is the print version here, where you can print out business cards or review request forms. I don't use this too often, to be honest with you, but it's a nice handy feature to have. And then finally, the client and staff forms. And there is a form in here which I want to show you that I think you are going to love. It is the magic link. So if you grab this URL here in the magic link, and then you bookmark this page, or you can even add it to your phone add it to your home screen of your phone. You can put it on the computers or the phones of your sales team, your receptionist, whoever's going to be requesting reviews. And then very, very easily, they can just go straight to this link without ever having to log in, and they can send out an email or a text review request or both. Click send, and it's done. This makes the process super easy. So again, instead of having to log into ReviewFish, that you can simply use this magic link to make it a lot easier. You also have the option to choose an opt-in form. This can be really handy too if you want to put this like on an iPad at your front desk, or you want to have this maybe your sales team carries this around, and this is something you would kind of hand to your client and say, hey, I'd love to get some feedback. Would you please enter your email address or your phone number in here and request a review, and that will come right to you. And I've had some business owners who have used this. Maybe they keep like a fish bowl on the desk, and they say, hey, if you request a review, you'll be entered into a drawing to win a $20 gift card or something like that. So that's what the opt-in form does. That's how it works. So the opt-in form and the magic link, these are the 2 most popular tools inside of the ReviewFish app. All right, last I wanted to show you here the integrations. So you have the opportunity to connect ReviewFish directly to MailChimp, Salesforce, HubSpot, QuickBooks, or Constant Contact. And by the way, this is a brand new feature for us. We're going to continue adding new integrations as time goes on. So I would recommend, if you want to do an integration, that you get in touch with us so we can help you get all that set up correctly. So that's ReviewFish, and as I said before, I think you'll find that it's very easy to use. I think you will get a ton of value out of this as you continue to build your reputation online. I want to just one last time highlight the most important things to note out of this whole funnel is really making sure, number one, that you have the right review platforms highlighted. Number two, making sure you're getting the notifications. Number three, making it easy for you to request reviews by either sending out this link or going to review requests, adding them manually, or using the opt-in form or the magic link. So that's how you request reviews. And then finally, monitoring those new reviews as they come in and responding to them or sharing them on your social media. So thanks so much for watching this. I hope you found this super helpful. If you have any questions at any time, be sure to reach out. We are here to help, and we really appreciate having you as part of the Big Fish family.